Okay.
Hello, friends. Welcome to the annual Batman Day special. Wait. No, that was in September. Shit, this is a Halloween episode now. Joining me. Hello, I am Batman, and this is the Jonkler. Welcome, everybody. Hey, how you doing, sir?
No, I'm doing good, man.
Is that comfortable at all?
No, it's not. It's like pressing up against my nose, but I'm committed to the cause. You don't make it in show's business without pain.
You're only smiling on the outside.
That's right.
Alright, so in all seriousness here, what are we talking about? We are talking about Batman, yes, but this is also our Halloween special. So what's a Batman story that would go really good with Halloween? Well, there's The Long Halloween, there's The Batman, there's Batman Begins, and a bunch of... Oh, wait, no, not those. What are we talking about, Grif?
We're talking about the Batman versus Dracula movie.
That's right. So yes, we're doing a Batman thing that is also a horror thing. So I think it's perfect for the Halloween season, and we're celebrating its 20th anniversary to see if it holds up, see what our thoughts are now, and then we'll have a little discussion afterwards. So that sound good to you?
Yeah.
Just smile if you're not in pain. I do want to do one thing here. Take yours off for a second. I just had a funny idea after I got these. I put them together. And now I'm the Batman who laughs, or I'm the grabber from Black Phone.
90 minutes later.
Hello, we're back from Gotham or Transylvania or wherever the heck we were for the last 90 minutes. I was kind of confused, Griff. Where were we?
Yeah. We're back on that subject of talking about Batman versus Dracula.
Okay. Alright, so we're kind of doing a combination of things here. We're doing a little bit of a commentary, a little bit of a discussion, so we're moving on to the discussion segment. So, got this nice, nifty little hourglass. I'm gonna flip it. So, if we hit the hour point, I'll know to wrap it up.
Okay.
Because I don't want to edit 3 hours.
All right.
Because that's definitely never happened before with us.
Yeah. Oh, never.
Okay. So now that the movie is fresh in our mind, I got some questions, some things to talk about, just overall, how we thought things were done. We'll start with characters. Kind of going on, this part's kind of like what you did with your show back in the day. So we'll just start off with characters. Let's start off with Batman. What do you think of this version of the Caped Crusader?
I thought it was fine. This movie moves so fast, so he's barely Bruce Wayne. He's more Batman than I think anything else. But I mean, this movie just moves really fast, but I'm not mad about that because there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really straight to the point. Like, it moves really quick. Like, it introduces everybody really fast and really gets the fight between him and Dracula, between Batman and Dracula pretty quickly.
But I will say not like immediately. It is kind of, I think I go like 15, 20 minutes before that's really like a thing.
No, but it still feels pretty quick though.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like it is longer than I remember when I watch it, but then it's still not really that much of the movie since it's like an hour 20 minutes. But yeah, my notes about this Batman. So a little backstory. Whenever I watched this show, I tried to watch the show as a kid. I did not like it.
Yeah.
Because it's not my Batman. Because I was so used to Batman the Animated Series, which I think is a better show overall, but like I think this show is totally valid in its own right, and I've really come to appreciate it in the last few years now that I've actually, basically watched all of it.
Yeah.
Instead of just like 3 episodes and saying, no, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Actually gave it a shot. It's definitely different. Like, it's a very different take on it than anything I'd ever seen before.
Definitely different.
But I do like in Batman's character, both in the show and in the movie, you see that he's definitely younger. He's like definitely
Yeah.
like 20s ish,
Yeah.
and he's less in control most of the time of things. Like he starts out like where Batman is like just starting in season one.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'd been Batman for a few months probably, but that's kind of where you pick up with him.
Oh, you're talking about the show.
Yeah, I'm just for context for
Okay.
like him in the movie. So you see him like really fledgling Batman in the beginning, and then he gets better and better as the series goes on.
Yeah.
But I think this one, the movie kind of balances like a good vulnerability of the character where he's really up against a lot in this, and shows that he's not invincible. He can really get his ass kicked and still find a way to win eventually.
Yeah.
But it's something that I think that a lot of people like Batman is that he does get his ass kicked.
Yeah, he's
bad
human.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I do want to mention that the actor played him, Reno Romano, in the series and the movie.
Okay.
He also played another prominent superhero in the 2000s. He played Spider-Man in multiple different versions. So
did he sound different?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I think he was kind of doing. I think one of the things he was doing like a Toby impersonation. It was like a video game or something.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Spider-Man has a higher voice.
Yeah.
And
like, that's another thing. This Batman's not like as deep voice as a lot of them are.
Yeah.
So it just.
Where's the trigger?
You would never give it to an ordinary citizen.
Yeah, right, Joel.
Same decade, very, very different Batman.
Yeah.
So overall I like this version of Batman. It took a little while for me to warm up to him, obviously, but I think you get just enough of him in the film to kind of get what he's about. Even though none of it's like super introspective or deep. It's just like no, you just get that he kind of is a normal Batman, just one that's not super experienced yet, hadn't seen a lot of supernatural or just crazy shit yet.
Yeah.
Well, he's got super villains, but they're not Dracula. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not like later in the series he deals with an alien invasion and like a zombie plague and shit. And
wow. Okay.
I'm like, the show really goes crazy after in the second half. Like they kind of went fall out for it, but
kind of had fun with it, I guess. Like, what if Batman went against this and against that?
Yeah, but like it's mostly just super villains, but then occasionally they'll throw something just insane at him.
Okay, yeah.
He even fights an AI in one episode where the AI is convinced that he is every single one of his villains at the same time.
Alrighty. That's confusing. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, it's a really cool idea, but I'm like, where did you come up with that idea? That's nuts.
Sounds like whoever was writing was on coke and was just like, oh, what if we build this and this and this and this and this and this? That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Very fun. So, moving on, let's go to Alfred. What'd you think of Alfred?
Yeah, he was fine. Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he's fine. I guess I don't really have much to say about Alfred. Like, he was just another Alfred.
Yeah. I do like that you really, even in the short amount of time that he's in the movie, you get how much he cares about Bruce and because he's always being his wingman, always trying to like set him up with the girl that he likes, and even though Bruce constantly screws up, constantly misses dates and forgets things, and that's what I like about him, is he's always such a reliable friend in every version, pretty much.
Yeah.
But this one, I like his relationship with Bruce in this, and then I just like all the sarcastic snapping that he does at people. Like with Mr. Stipes.
Yeah, he was, I don't know, just to me, he was just another Alfred. I wasn't like, really impressed or anything like that. He was Alfred.
Yeah,
I didn't really have anything to say about Alfred.
yeah, you get a lot more from him in the show because you get like his backstory and stuff.
Yeah.
But it just, for what it is, he's good. He's functional.
Yeah.
He doesn't overstay his welcome. Just kind of there. But now we're probably going to get into the hot take territory. Tell me what you think about Joker.
Yeah, I didn't really like the way like he looked in the movie, and I just didn't really care much like for the voice acting. I guess, like it was just okay. I guess, like I wasn't really like impressed. Like it was didn't really catch my attention.
Hmm. Now, do you think they went too crazy with the design a little bit?
Yeah, maybe like they tried too hard to make him look too much. Like I don't really know what they were trying to go for, like his look. Maybe they were trying to make him look more meta-human, like Croc, but not Croc. You know what I mean? Like more meta-human looking. I'm not really sure what what they were trying to do with him, but I just didn't really like him, like altogether.
Hmm. Okay. I'm trying to like over the years like looking at his design, trying to figure out what they were doing with it. I think they were going with the idea of like an actual circus freak that is like an
Yeah.
acrobat and can do crazy animalistic shit because that because of like the I think even before he's a vampire, I think he has like the sharp fingernails
Mhm.
and the well, he has the fucked up teeth anyway
Yeah.
before he gets the vampire fangs. But I don't know what like how like why they made him like half animal almost like just I guess because that is like a way to portray craziness just the
Yeah.
where he just sometimes he'll run on all fours just to be freaky looking or
Yeah.
jump around.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider him like the worst Joker. Like Jared Leto will always go down as like the king of the worst Joker on anything he's ever in. He's like the worst at. Um, how he's still getting acting, how he still has an acting career, I will never know. But yeah, I would consider him as like the worst Joker. So like he was just fine. Like he was okay in this. Who voiced the Joker in this?
Kevin Michael Richardson. Okay, I was going to tell you some of the characters he played. If you ever watch Teen Titans, he was Trigon in that, which was Raven's devil father character. He was in that. Played a few different characters in Samurai Jack, but he played one of the most well-known villains, Demongo, the Soul Collector, and he has a really like high-pitched, like laughy voice in that too. But he normally does more like a baritone, like a lower register.
Is he black?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I could hear it in his voice, and I was like, I think it sounded like that the voice character was black, but I couldn't tell. But yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, probably my favorite role that he's in is in American Dad. He plays Principal Lewis, and and that's maybe he might be crazier than the Joker.
Yeah.
Even though he's got the deep, bombastic voice, he also just has the like crazy, laughing, maniacal side to him.
Yeah.
Also, but
and maybe if he voiced the Joker again, and it was like better animation, maybe I would like it more. But like the animation like bothered me in this through the entire movie. So like I definitely liked it more on the second watch, but for some reason like just the way that the Joker looked, I just didn't like the way he looked. Like that bothered me a lot. Like every time I saw him on screen.
There's this idea of like character theory, like character design theory, where if you want the character to be like happy and friendly and welcoming, you oftentimes will start drawing them as a circle, and then like draw just details on top of that, where it's more rounded edges and everything. Feels like with the villains of this show, they're like, because the scary ones are supposed to be like triangular, angular, like weird looking. They just like took that and just cranked it to 11. Like, there's so many like pointy things on scary characters in this, and like not just the fangs, but the hair and the chin and the eyebrows are like really exaggerated, and Like even Penguin, who has a little bit of a roundness to him, he still has like spiky hair and a pointed nose, and
yeah, even
all
Bruce
these
Wayne
things.
and him being in the Batman suit just looked weird to me too.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask, do you like Batman with shorter ears or longer ears, or does it ever matter to you in character design?
Like his suit.
Yeah, like his cowl. Does it? Because his ears in this are really short, and those is where it's almost like just a mask.
I didn't even notice that until you said something.
Is that when you get like Pattinson, he's kind of like halfway in between.
I don't know. That's
like,
not something that
like,
bothers me, I guess.
well, some people have a preference of how Batman is like drawn, so I just want.
I mean, and plus a bat's ears are not really tall anyway. I mean, so like, I don't know. Like, does that really bother people?
Some people like.
Gosh, that's something I've never even thought of until now that you said something. Like, I couldn't imagine not liking a Batman, be like, his ears are too fucking short. Fuck him. Like, I could like that just could not be like a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, it just his Pattinson's are kind of half and half between them.
Yeah.
But then you get like Ben Affleck's are also short, stubby ones.
Yeah.
And then you have like Keaton and Kilmer.
Or way taller, yeah.
Like I think it's kind of like it denotes what era that it was made in, like what was popular at the time. But
no, the ears didn't bother me. Yeah, no, I don't got a problem with that. I think it's just the animation that bothers me. Yeah.
Yeah, not everything is. That's the thing about with animation. A lot of shows that I like, the animation can be really strong in one area, but then in other areas kind of lacking. Like this show, I really like the way they do the backgrounds and like all the space that the characters are in, but the characters themselves don't always look right to me.
Yeah.
So it just some teams are better at like backgrounds, and some are better at character designs, and sometimes just meshing them together. They don't 100% mesh together sometimes.
Well, now that you say that this is by the people that did the Jackie Chan Adventures, like I see it so much in it, and I never even thought about that until you said something. I was like, wow, okay, so yeah, I can see why because like that's how because like. It's weird, like, if you ever watch the Jackie Chan Adventures, like, there's moments where, like, in the background, sometimes the character is just not drawn all the way, but they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, as a kid, you're not going to notice, or you may not notice, I don't know, maybe kids notice, but
sometimes they're, like, drawn as a part of the background, not as an actual character model.
And you just don't really notice it, but, like, as an adult, I think if I watched this when I was younger, I could enjoy it more, but, like, as an adult, I was just like, because I'm going to be picky, I'm going to pick out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
This isn't the first. Well, okay, like there's another movie where a Batman goes against Dracula, right? Is a Batman Beyond, right? It's like the predecessor.
No.
It's like
not really. No. There were things that Batman fought vampires and fought Dracula, but they weren't like animated technically.
No. It's the other one where it's like Batman's predecessor goes up against Dracula.
You mean the successser?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I don't remember Batman fighting vampire.
Yeah, it was.
There's the Splicer episode where there's like half human, half animal.
Yeah, no, villains. It wasn't Batman. It was I might have to look it up. It was that show that came after Batman, but it was like Batman's teaching him everything. This younger kid.
Wasn't it Batman Beyond? I mean, that was in the 90s.
I don't know. Well, let me see if I can find it.
You want me to keep going?
Go ahead while I look this up, yeah.
Okay. So, Penguin. This is a very interesting take on Penguin. Kind of an amalgamation of the classic Penguin with his look, but then also has the nose and the hands like Danny DeVito's version. What did you think about him? Did you like him this version at all, or?
That didn't bother me. I didn't care about that. I was fine with it.
I just mean as a character, as the character. Did you like him okay, or was he also a sore spot?
I thought it was fine.
Did you like his voice, or did you think he was kind of annoying?
I don't know, I thought he was fine. I thought it was kind of funny though, like when he was talking about like his puns, like breakfast in bed and stuff like that. It kind of made me laugh.
We'll say it is okay for a modern Batman story to have puns. You don't have to. You don't have to like completely get rid of that. Like, I know Batman Robin overdid it, but you don't have to completely throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, the puns are kind of a part of the character.
Yeah.
Because Batman's not 100% serious, even though people don't like me to say that. I'm like it's always campy and always kind of dumb, but it's all right because it's Batman.
Yeah.
But I do like, even though it's weird, they explain it in the show that he actually has trained in martial arts, even though you never would think of Penguin with martial arts training and what a guy like him would look like doing martial arts. But I think for what it is, it's kind of fun. Even though it kind of loses impact when most of the villains can do like martial arts stuff in this, which kind of takes away from it when someone's actually really skilled with it. But that's not like the biggest problem for me. And yeah, I just thought it was funny that Tom Kenny was playing him, because SpongeBob and the mayor from Townsville and Carl from Johnny Bravo.
Yeah. So I found it.
Okay.
It's the 2016 animated movie Batman Bad Blood.
He fights a guy who's like a clone of.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of, but I swore I saw some type of Batman where it was like a Batman character fights Dracula, but it wasn't this movie. But it was older. It was like between like from 2001 to like 2010 or something like that. But it was the TV show where the Batman is like he's old and he's teaching a younger. I don't know who he was teaching because I don't remember because it's old and for some reason I can't find it. I probably won't be able to find it since we're doing this because I have to do more research on it. But he's like teaching whoever this is, this younger version.
Do you think it may have been a Robin?
Yeah, it was like a Robin or something like that.
That would help me try to figure it
Yeah,
out.
he looks exactly like Batman, except but like he's a lot thinner. It's the way he was drawn. It was like but I don't remember the name of the show.
Do you think it was Nightwing?
I don't remember. I just remember that there was more than once has a Batman of some kind has fought Dracula, but it wasn't Batman himself. It was like his person that he trains.
Okay.
I'll be able to probably find it, just probably not on the mic because it's going to take too long.
Okay. Well, we'll maybe come back to that. Yeah. We can think of it later.
Oh, I won't think of it later. I'll have to actually do the research.
Yeah. Well, let us know in the comments if you know what we're talking about, because we're not pulling it right now. Okay, so brief one. Vicky Vale. Do you have any impression on her at all?
I just didn't really care about her. You know, like.
Well, it's good.
She's in the movie.
It's good because the storytellers didn't really care either.
Yeah. I didn't really see the point of her like being in it. Like I think because like.
Except the Vampire Bride thing.
Yeah.
I think that was like the only reason.
The only reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's fighting Dracula. Like I don't think it's like irrelevant for him to try to have like a love interest in this. Like he's got way too much obviously going on. Because like mythology, I guess your mythology of Dracula is he's not stupid whatsoever. Like he's a pretty intelligent being. So like for him to go up against Batman, that'd be a hell of a fight. Because that's two, in my opinion, two extremely intelligent people fighting each other.
Yeah, and one of them happens to be super powered.
Yeah.
One of them isn't. Yeah, I think she's okay, just not great. I'm always happy when I see Vicky Vale in something, because I'm like, oh yeah, she exists.
Yeah. Oh,
because,
yeah.
Because I mean, like Batman '89, Michael Keaton, Kim Basinger, you see her there, that she's okay in it too. Like she has more to do in that one, I think, but because there's a little less going on, but
yeah.
And then like the Arkham series is just like a cameo, and there's just she's just sprinkled in like occasionally, like, hey, remember this character exists, but never really. She's just not prominently used in many things. So I was like, oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Like you wish you did a lot more with her if you're gonna include her, but okay, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
Now we get to the man of the hour, Mr. Dracula. What'd you think?
Yeah, I guess I liked it. Like, it was okay. This movie was just very, like, okay for me. Like, it was alright. Like, this will be, since that was, like, my second watch, me watching this ever again is not gonna happen. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I like the actor that did play Dracula. I don't know his name off the top of my head.
Peter Stormare.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I thought it was fine. It's just really the animation that bothers me through this whole entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's not that stupid sound that you hear consistently, like, every few minutes, like, it's the animation. Yeah. And maybe if the animation was completely different, I could have been fine, like, with everything else going on, you know? But the animation just bothered me a lot. Like, it's almost unwatchable for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you sticking it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it was so hard for me to watch it at home. Like, I wanted to turn it off so many times because I was just like, oh, I can't stand watching this. It was a tough watch for me.
So I'll next time, if we do another Batman animated thing for a Batman Day or a Halloween, I'll try to get one that's different, kind of different for you. So at least maybe it won't be quite a chore for you.
Okay.
But yeah, I think, just quick thoughts about Dracula. I think that he's really well executed, even though doesn't have a whole lot of real estate to work with.
Yeah.
He's just in this movie. But I think he effectively is just about the scariest villain that they came up with. Which I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, just in that series, like that continuity, I think that even though there's more powerful villains that they fight later on, I'm like, yeah, but they're not like scary. Like they're powerful. Like they would win a fight pretty easily, but they're not. They don't have the menace that Dracula has.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I realized how similar he was to Ra's al Ghul from the comics, and I was like, oh, okay, so they kind of did a Ra's al Ghul story, but with Dracula, because they said they were going to be different. And there was this thing that I think is still a thing in Batman media where, like, if one version is using a certain character, the other version can't use it at the same time. It was a big thing in, like, the 90s and 2000s, but I think the reason they didn't have Ra's al Ghul for a long time was probably because of Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Because that came out, like, the same year. So they're probably like, well, we can't really use Ra's al Ghul, but we had an idea that we might use him for, so we'll just make that a film and just make a Dracula instead. But yeah, I think he fights, like, Batman fights like freaks and weirdos and crazily powerful people all the time, but Dracula's like all of it together. Where he's a monster, he's freaky looking, he's super intelligent, he's like the whole package for a villain. And the fact that he can bend others to his will, like, there's not a whole lot of mind control villains in the series, so that kind of sticks out too, that he can control people and raise an army like that. That's a pretty scary idea. So, do you have any other thoughts on the characters before we move on?
Nah.
Okay. So now we're going on to the story, just, looking at it through a few different lenses here. So do you think that this sufficiently feels like a Batman story, or do you think that Dracula's like a little too much? Like, do the tones blend well for you, or are they like they kind of combat each other a little?
um. I forgot how to answer that. Like, do you think? Are you asking like, is the idea too wild for these two people to go up against each other?
Well, partially yes, and then also like, do they execute such a wild idea
Oh.
like well? You think?
I mean, I like the idea. Like, I think it's. I could see it being very interesting. Um, yeah.
But maybe done with a little bit differently than this movie, like maybe with maybe like at least PG-13, where you can show.
I don't know, Dracula, you're gonna have to go rated R. Like he's a vampire, so like you can't like really hold your punches on anything that involves Dracula. Like it's got to be pretty much like rated R. So this would be something that like it would have to be definitely catered to more toward adults. So like do better animation, probably way different voice acting from everyone, and then definitely like rated R. Like I think it could be like a really good movie for sure.
Okay. So that is that's how you would want to do it, is like just as a film, but like just
heck, I would be fine with like a live action of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is one thing with animation, is that they're a lot more experimental with animated films, so they can get away with a lot more crazier ideas because of the budget, and like getting, you don't have to get like a bunch of big name actors to play parts. Like I think the biggest star in the movie was Peter Stormare as Dracula. Like I think he was like technically like most of them are just like normal voice actors. Peter Stormare is in a lot of movies, but he also does a lot of voice acting too. So it's kind of a mix of both.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this one maybe kind of ties into what we were saying. That like, given what we have here, do you think that the story's well executed given the runtime and rating? But since we could only do like a PG rating and they only had like 80 minutes, do you think that they did like
a good enough
job?
I think they did a good enough job.
What they were given.
Yeah, like everything happened so fast. So I mean, I would rather it be that fast than like there's just like a lot of filler stuff going on. Like I liked the way it was executed. Like I liked how fast it was. Like that didn't like, because when I was watching this, I was like, wow, this is moving like really fast. Like the first time that I saw it. But yeah, I'd rather enjoy that it was pretty quick to the point.
I will say, if they did like a Batman versus Dracula in live action, they probably would. It would probably be at least 2 hours, because it would be like, they would do like a full-on flashback, like prologue with Dracula, like back in the 1400s or whenever that was. Like, they probably show you like from the beginning his story, and then it would go to the present day, like after he got killed or whatever, like when he became a vampire.
Yeah.
That's this thing that's another thing, is animation can be really concise with storytelling, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's like you can get a lot of entertainment from like 20 minutes if you just do like if it's really well executed.
Yeah.
Instead of dragged out with a bunch of stuff you don't need, which a lot of live action stuff does tend to do.
Yeah.
Especially if it's adapting an animated idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and if they did like a live action of this, you would have to see like all of Batman's backstory again, and then you have to see Dracula's backstory, which we all pretty much understand both people's backstories, and then it would get to them fighting. So because you've got to have that. It's like, and in this, it's already established that who Bruce Wayne is and Batman, and then.
And at least when they did the flashback scene of his backstory,
Very quick.
Very quick. It was,
Very quick.
and it was a nightmare sequence.
Yeah.
It was very interestingly done.
Yeah.
So like it just there was like not hardly any fluff. It was kind of just cut like lean, you know.
Yeah.
Just. And I'm still surprised that they got away with as much blood as they did for a PG movie.
Yeah.
Like I know, like back in the day, like the 70s and 80s, you got away with a lot of blood because PG-13 wasn't a thing yet.
Mm-hmm.
So like Jaws is PG, even though you see people getting eaten alive by a shark.
Holy shit! Jaws is PG?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I assumed it was rated R. That's crazy. That movie should so be rated R like twice. Rated like like holy shit. I did not know that. I've never noticed that. I just assumed it was rated R. That's crazy.
Yeah, because like the funny thing was the MPAA, who does the ratings board for movies, it was Gremlins is when they did PG-13. Because like I think the first movie's PG, but they're like retrospectively they're like that was really violent and really scary. We should probably make something that's not R-rated because it's still like the whole family can watch it, but it's just letting you know it's a bit more intense than like a normal kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a little history lesson for you. That's I always thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
So with the movie that we're given, was going on to the next one, is there anything you wish that was done differently besides the animation? I know that's a big thing with you.
Besides making the Joker look better, other than that, like, no.
Would you go more classical, or would you want to make him weirder? Even weirder?
The Joker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already kind of weird in this. Like, it's... Yeah. I don't know if I'd make him weirder.
Be kind of hard to make him weirder, honestly.
Yeah, because I just kind of always assumed that the Joker's just really weird anyway. Yeah, it's really just the animation, I think, is just the... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and because I would think it would make the Joker look different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, another thing to consider with the animation is depending on what kind of thing you're doing. Like if you're doing something that's very action heavy, like and they're very stylized for a reason, or it's like they can make them move around and like jump and so it's like normally you would do like more simplistic character designs and make them do more like with the animation, but I don't know, that one they seem kind of intricate with the design work in this, and then maybe a little too much, like maybe a little over designed.
Yeah. Like they were trying too hard, yeah.
Like, I mean, the story was already pretty different from your average Batman thing, so I think maybe they did go a little too far in some places, to quote George Lucas.
Yeah.
I mean, my main thing about what I wish was done differently, just make Vicky do more if you're going to include her in the story.
Right, yeah.
Because, like, I understand she's the captive toward the end of the story, and she's getting their soul sucked out, but then...
It's soul-sucking time.
but whenever the grenade, he grenades the thing, so the soul transfer stops, and she comes back to herself. I feel like she should have done more than just, like, fight Penguin, like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she should have, like, at least distracted Dracula or something, help Batman more sufficiently.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he already beat, like, a whole army of vampires single-handedly. I think he should have had a little bit of backup at that point.
Yeah.
Because he's exhausted, and now he has to fight the most powerful vampire.
Yeah.
Maybe she just, like, picks up a batarang, the stray batarang or something that was thrown, and she just uses it temporarily to distract them.
Yeah.
Just a little thing, like just
I pull a Glock and put some rounds into him. I don't know.
This is a kid show, Grif.
Well,
I know he's a vampire. I know it won't kill him, but you still can't shoot a guy in the head.
Tase him? I don't know, something.
Yeah.
Bite him back. I don't know.
Yeah, is that how you make him human? You just bite him?
Right, I don't know.
Okay, so moving on to the next one. Only got a couple more of the story questions. So, is there something out of this movie that this movie does that other movies should replicate. Where like maybe it's the storyline, maybe it's I don't know, the fusion of different ideas, or like what is there something in this that you like, but like if you that you'd like to see in a different movie, but maybe done a little differently?
No. Yeah, I've got like really nothing on that. Like like it would be interesting to see like that Hollywood monster creature like go up against like a different type of character. Like I like that idea. Like Batman versus Dracula, like Superman versus something. Like I like that idea. Like that's something I would like to see. Animators or live action movies or whatever happen. Like I'd be fine with that. But I mean, yeah.
Okay, this thought experiment. I was just gonna quote the Penguin himself, Frank Reynolds, say, just get real weird with it.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate this movie for just going with an idea, like like just going balls to the wall crazy, just like even though it's really messy, but it's not perfect, but it's like okay.
Yeah, at least they took a chance.
You tried something. You did something really different than what people would expect. Like I like movies that take a risk at least and just do something that you don't see in a million films, and crossover films, you don't see them that often anymore. They used to be kind of a thing, back in the day, but they kind of died out mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, there's like a couple in the last decade that I can think of, like Godzilla versus Kong, Batman versus Superman. Like those are the only ones that I can think of that are like actual versus movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of course, in 2000 you had Freddy versus Jason, and AVP. So you had you have those kind of movies occasionally, but it's not that often really.
Yeah.
It's like I get that you don't want to oversaturate something, but I feel like that's a concept you should do a bit more with, because everybody likes mashups, like just to like if you can come up with the right two things to put together, you can make something really interesting.
Yeah.
So that I just like that the creativity you can have with that kind of idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last of this thing, but
Okay.
this section, but this is maybe my hottest take here. Should Batman be realistic or more fantastical, in your opinion, with storytelling?
What do you mean by fantastical?
As in unrealistic, like vampires and crazy shit, like stuff that isn't realistic, like stuff other than like criminals and serial killers that he goes up against.
I don't know. Like I like the ideas of both. Like I like the idea of him fighting something very supernatural, but I also like the fact of him like fighting something that's very like grounded human, because he is human. He is a man, so like he's like I don't know. I like the idea of both. I'm okay with it. But obviously, I would say if he was fighting something that was just kind of like Dracula or a crazy idea, like I could see it working better in the animated world than live action. But yeah, I like the idea of both.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say I'm really sick of realistic Batman, where it's like the Nolan films were good at what they did, but the obsession with like gritty realism that a lot of DC properties have now that is really annoying to me, because like okay, that works in like Nolan's universe, but when you do Batman versus Superman, it's inherently a fantastical world, but they're still trying to make it so gritty and realistic, and I'm like, there are aliens fighting each other like right over there with laser vision. We left realism a long time ago.
I get you.
Like
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm saying like those two ideas don't really work well in the same movie. Like just that was the thing, is like copy Nolan for like a decade, and I'm like, okay, but this is kind of old and it's not working. Can we try something new? And I'm just thinking like mostly tone, that kind of thing. Like I still like some of the stuff they did, but it's just like overall, I was like, that wasn't the right choice. I don't think. I think you just needed to embrace the fantastical side of things a bit more. If nothing else, to contrast with Nolan, so people don't automatically compare you with him.
Yeah.
Like that's my main thing. It's just I got oversaturated with that idea.
Yeah,
I just want something new. Now, the Batman by Matt Reeves is I think a really solid take on semi-realistic Batman.
Yeah.
But it's still fantastical enough. There's still Batman surviving shit that a human wouldn't survive, and you just go with it because it's Batman. Like this.
Yeah.
You're okay with that, like a suspension of disbelief, but it's Batman. You're used to that.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal. It's like, yeah, because I kind of like that being we can have a serious, grounded Batman here, and then with the new DC universe that's happening, they're gonna do their own take on Batman, which is supposed to be like more comic booky and weird. So
yeah,
I'm like, good. We can have both. We can have both. They're just in two different universes.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I think. I'm ready for that. I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Where you can have.
And who's doing the next Batman?
We're not sure yet.
Okay.
I think Andy Muschietti was supposed to do it, but we're not sure yet.
Okay.
I think he may have walked away. I'm not sure.
All right.
But that's years from now. You know, they got plenty of things they're doing before then.
Okay.
Okay, so we're off of that idea. Now we're just getting into straight up hypotheticals. Do you mind to describe me my water right quick?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't.
No, you
couldn't really reach it.
Don't knock anything over here.
Couldn't reach it from here. Okay, thank you. Okay, so hypotheticals. This is just like what ifs that you could do with ideas and that kind of thing. So if you could pit any Batman actor against Dracula in a movie, who would you choose? Like any past actor that played Batman, put him against Dracula.
Well,
and I'm not saying you have to pitch a whole film or anything, just like what would your idea be, you think?
I think I would like to see
and this is outside of time. You don't have to go with like what they look like now. It could have been like back in their heyday.
Yeah. I like Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah. So you want Keaton then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like Michael Keaton, like in his prime. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if Burton...
that would be my favorite for sure. Like, because I really liked Michael Keaton, like, as Batman. Like, I mean, there's a handful of people that I like being Batman, but, like, to go up against... Just because Keaton's kind of... he just has his moments where he's kind of Beetlejuice, like, in Batman. Like, he really is.
He's got his own craziness.
Yeah, just something about, like, the way Michael Keaton played Batman. Like, I just really liked the way that he played Batman.
Yeah, this was back, like, at least a decade ago, but I remember, all those, like, fan trailers people made, not trying to pass it off like it's real, like nowadays, but like they say fan-made trailer, like concepts.
Yeah.
Someone did a Batman versus Dracula live action with Keaton versus the Bram Stoker's Dracula, Gary Oldman from the 90s.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
So I was like, shit, that would have been so good.
Yeah.
Would have loved that so much. Yeah, that was back before AI was making trailers.
Yeah. Somebody else, but he didn't become Batman. That Cillian Murphy or whatever.
Cillian.
Yeah,
I think it's Killian.
Yeah, however you say his name.
But it's spelled like.
Yeah, because he originally was acting for the part as Batman, and you can see some of his moments when he was like his tryout stuff or whatever.
Yeah, and then they eventually cast him as Scarecrow.
Yeah, because like I guess Nolan liked him so much, he was like, well, I don't want you as Batman, but I'm gonna put you as something else, which I thought was really good, Scarecrow.
Yeah,
But
he was.
I still would have liked to have seen his shot as being Batman, whether he would have been good or bad or not. Like I still would have liked to have seen him try.
Yeah.
But that's somebody else I would have. I know that's not part of, but he still went for the part.
Yeah, he was. That's fair because
Yeah.
he did try out for the part.
Yeah.
Like that's totally valid, I think. And that I think with something as weird as Batman versus Dracula, you could kind of be a bit more experimental because like Nolan, he didn't quite fit Nolan's vision of Batman, but somebody else's version of Batman would look very different. It'd just be maybe more suited to Killian's style of the way he was doing it. So
yeah.
I think just
yeah, but I really liked him as Scarecrow though. He
Yeah.
was pretty good as Scarecrow though.
yeah. And that they could kind of tie into the whole like when doing Batman versus Dracula, where both characters are kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like I think Cillian Murphy as Batman would be intimidating too. Even though he's not like a huge guy, he's just kind of got the creepiness, to him. But
yeah, he could possibly pack on the muscle mass for it, but or at least like a thinner version of Batman. But like he would definitely have to put on some a lot of hard work like into that. Like I guess that's like what not to go off topic so fast here. I'll try to be quick, but that was kind of like with the Twilight kid playing.
Pattinson.
Yeah, because he refused to do fucking roids, and he wasn't as big as everybody else, but he still put in the hard work, and he became like a normal.
So he looked like a normal buff person.
Yeah, he looked normal. He didn't look like he was fucking like roided out. Like he looked like the young version of Batman. Like that's what he looked like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
he wasn't like just fucking jacked out of his mind. It looked like he was on fucking steroids or anything like that. But
and I would imagine a Killian type of Batman could be kind of similar to Pattinson, where it's I totally see that working.
Yeah.
Just briefly, because I also think Keaton for live action Batman versus Dracula, but just animated, and I know we can't do it anymore because he has sadly passed away, but Kevin Conroy was my choice because
good choice,
because he was the Batman that I grew up with, and he voiced the character in like 100 different things, so he's still the voice I think of when I think of Batman.
I get you. Okay.
And the thing is, the 90s series that he got his start as Batman in, they were going to do a storyline where Batman turned into a vampire. Like he fought a vampire and got bitten. But they couldn't do it because they wouldn't, the networks wouldn't allow them because it was too violent.
Yeah, I could see why.
For a kid's show.
Yeah.
But they actually kind of adapted that story into the Batman Caped Crusader show from a couple years ago, which was interesting. Not traditional vampire, but kind of that similar idea they had, but Batman versus a vampiric type creature, which that show's kind of different too. I'd recommend you guys check that out if you hadn't seen it. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. This one's not really a hypothetical, but it's just I wanted to mention some other versions of Batman fighting Dracula or vampires, just in general. So it's not really just a question, it's just me kind of telling you, like recommending a couple things for you guys if you, just so you know this stuff is out there. In the 90s there was this comic run called, it's a trilogy of 3 different books, but the first one is Batman Red Rain, which rain like the weather, not like ruler, but that storyline is Batman gets turned into a vampire, and it's super violent and super cool. Like the artwork is insane on it. Like if you ever, nothing else, look it up to see the artwork in it. But like that was one of the earlier ones that I could think of that he did that wasn't probably like they may have done it in the 60s or something before that, but that's like if you want a more modern like edgy Batman vampire story, that's one you could do. I think it was last year. I think it was 2024. Is this other one, World War V, which they did was a whole like DC Universe comic event that they did, where it was a crossover of like the Justice League and Batman, everybody, where the whole world was like getting taken over by vampires. So that's a more modern one if you wanted to do that. But like, and if you wanted more characters in it, like
Yeah.
that's if you like more singular Batman stuff, Red Rain is probably the way to go. But if you wanted like a full DC universe versus vampires, World War V is probably the way you want to go.
That's cool.
Just depends on what you like there.
Yeah.
So the next one, this is an actual hypothetical. Is there another comic book hero that you'd want to see fight Dracula that you don't think has fought Dracula before, or at least it doesn't come to your mind that they would fight Dracula? It can be DC, Marvel, like whatever character.
Comic book hero?
This comic book hero, yeah.
I don't know, this was one of the ones that I couldn't really, like, think of, like, who else I would want to see go to toe with Dracula. You said DC or Marvel?
Well, actually, any comic book hero. I'm just saying, don't
Yeah,
say
why not the Punisher?
Okay.
Yeah, that would... Yeah, the Punisher. Yeah.
Just making some garlic grenades and garlic bullets or whatever would kill vampires in that continuity.
See, I have no idea what he would do, because, like, you know, that's that whole thing where they did one where he fought, like, the whole... Was it like the whole X-Men universe or the whole Justice League? Or he did something and he killed all of them. Of course, it was like a fake universe, like comic, you know what I mean? But
there was Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. That was one thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember about Punisher killing the whole universe.
Yeah, I thought there was...
I'm not the most literate when it comes to comics. I just know a few things here and there.
Yeah, like there was one where I had thought that he had fought Wolverine and he like made a certain type of bullet out of the same metal Wolverine.
Adamantium bullet,
and he shot him right in the head and killed him from, you know, like a mile or two away or something like that.
Like a sniper rifle.
Yeah, but yeah, Punisher for sure. Yeah, that's my go-getter guy.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Pretty easily going from like a manhunter to a monster hunter type thing. That could totally work. My choice is also in Marvel Universe, Daredevil, because he is a little bit similar to Batman in certain ways, because he's a martial artist and he uses a lot of stealth with his tactics and that kind of thing, but also because he is technically he's not a mutant, he's a mutate. That's what they call it, where you were human when you were born, but you were mutated by something, where he got the radioactive stuff in his eyes, and he has the superpowered hearing and touch now, so he basically sees like a bat already. So I thought that would be really interesting to see how he would deal with a vampire. Because like, does a vampire have a heartbeat? Do you hear it moving the same way you hear a person? Like all these different things to throw at Matt Murdock that he may not have fought before. Which Marvel has done a lot of stuff with vampires throughout the years. Like they had a whole series of comics called Tomb of Dracula in the 70s. That's where they introduced Blade. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. So if you like comic books like superheroes versus vampires, Marvel probably has done more. So if you wanted to look into it to see what kind of stories they've done, but that they do a lot with like the classic monsters.
Okay.
But yeah, Daredevil's my pick. Punisher's your pick. Is there any others you want to throw out?
Nah, that's it for me.
Okay. So, is there another classic monster you would want Batman to fight that you can think of?
Yeah, I'd like to see him, like, I like the idea of Jekyll and Hyde.
Okay.
You know, that's just like two really intelligent beings, and then like, you know, because you know he does all the science stuff too.
Yeah, because he's a chemist.
Yeah, so that'd be like,
I like that.
Yeah, like brain versus brain. I guess. I know. You know, that's just like a really like mysterious character to me. Like I don't know a lot about Jekyll and Hyde, but like I know seeing him in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, like that's when I finally got like any interest in ever of what Jekyll and Hyde was. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and also he's like a lot of Batman's rogues galleries that are kind of like half man, half monster.
Yeah.
where he has like a sympathetic side to him, where it's like Batman would try to help him like control the transformation from happening.
Yeah, and I could see there being like a whole like he could really have a serious talk with him and really talk him down and help him come up with like a better serum so he can control, you know.
Or an antidote.
Yeah,
like if it's one of those things where he took the serum once and it's like just a part of him now and he just transforms like at night or whatever. He could try to make an antidote for the serum. Could be. Or at least nullify the effects a little bit so he's not like brainless or evil whenever he turns into Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
That's a really good pick. I did not think of that one at all.
I actually would have thought. I was glad you let me go first because that's who I was thinking you were going to say.
No, I didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah. I was thinking you were going to beat me to the punch. So when you let me go first, I was like, oh, I better get that out before I. I thought you were going to beat me to the punch on that one.
Yeah, this was the one I had the most trouble with. Like
really?
When I came up with, I was trying to figure out like what to do. Because when you look at Batman's rogues gallery, you have like all these different characters. Like you've got Man-Bat, who's almost like a vampire, kind of.
Yeah.
You've got Killer Croc, who's almost like the beast from the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
And there's Solomon Grundy, who's the giant buff zombie thing, who's kind of like Frankenstein, because he's kind of like occasionally he's intelligent too, like a human. So I was like, what? And then he in Batman the Animated Series, he actually fights a werewolf in one episode.
Yeah.
A scientifically created werewolf, or like a human that was experimented on that turned into a wolf creature.
Yeah.
But close enough to the real thing. I was like, yeah, it's a werewolf when I see it.
Yeah,
like it makes sense. But I was like, man, they're just like taking all the ones off the list that I would really want to see.
Yeah, he's fought a lot of odd creatures apparently.
Yeah.
I never really gave it much thought of everything he's fought. Yeah.
I was like, oh, what if he did like a ghost thing? And I'm like, shit, Gentleman Ghost exists. I'm like, he fights him all the time. I was like, damn, they covered like nearly everything. And I was like, maybe a mummy or something. And I'm like, has he fought mummies? Yes, he has. He
okay, I see why you struggled with this.
He literally fought a mummy in Batman the Animated Series. There's an episode where an evil Egyptian pharaoh comes back. It's a Ra's al Ghul episode, and Ra's is trying to figure out how to become like truly immortal.
Yeah.
So he wants to merge his soul with the pharaoh, but then you figure out it's like a deal with Satan type thing where it's like no, the pharaoh's just gonna eat your soul. That's all. So he has to save Ra's al Ghul to not get eaten by the pharaoh. I was like, oh, I guess he did do a mummy. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But you got Jekyll and Hyde. You got me on that one. You win this round.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, I see what you mean though. Like, cause you were saying that you were struggling. I was like, oh, how could you be struggling? And then he just went on that. And I was like, no, I get it. I get where you're coming from now.
Because Batman's kind of like the modern, like, criminal detective version of Van Helsing, kind of when you think about it, because he fights things that are human technically, but are like monsters, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like, huh.
So did you come up with one, or you just didn't?
I'm just saying, I struggle with this one. I didn't. Oh. I thought the ghost. I thought I had it with the ghost. I thought I had it with the mummy.
Yeah.
No.
Nothing. Hey, that's okay. Sometimes it's hard to figure it out, you know.
It's like congratulations, you played yourself. But yeah, I totally forgot about Hyde. So that was a good call. Okay, last thing, because we know that this is tying into things that are coming in the DC movies upcoming anyway. Clayface, coming out in 2026, is a Batman-adjacent film being billed as a horror film. Should future Batman films embrace a more horror-filmed aesthetic, you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, the idea of Batman is already, in my opinion, like, very, very dark. Because this is about a little boy that literally sees, like, his parents get murdered in front of him. Yeah. So, like, it's already a really dark story. Like, they try to, like, play it down between, like, it being for adults and, like, kids, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like it's in the middle. And
Mm-hmm.
I think they should just go straight like horror. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think it would definitely do something different, like what you've been talking about. Like, you want to see
Mm-hmm.
something different.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, like, now I could be wrong here, so quote me here. Like, maybe the darkest we've seen Batman was maybe like, you think when like Nolan introduced his Joker, do you think that's like the darkest we've had seen it? Technically,
in live action,
yeah,
maybe. Like, I mean, it's kind of apples and oranges sometimes,
yeah,
because Joker's like a terrorist, like a domestic terrorist,
yeah,
blowing up the city like bit by bit,
yeah,
and like holding the city hostage. And then you have the Riddler, who is a serial killer in the Batman.
yes,
So
yes, yes, yeah.
So like that's a kind of a realistic, they're both kind of realistic horror that, but then Riddler floods the city, so he's also a terrorist at the end because he has all his recruits try to kill everybody and blow up the city, like flood the city.
I see what you're saying.
So like there's very much horror aesthetic in certain Batman stories. It honestly, whenever we did our review of the Batman, I remarked how horror-like it felt in certain parts.
Yeah.
Like the opening scene with Riddler when he kills the mayor.
Yeah.
Where that's just like straight out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt Reeves said that David Fincher was one of his influences with that story, and it felt like Seven or something like that.
Yeah,
where it's like very intentionally dark and very much drawing on previous things that have been done in a horror adjacent genre.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I definitely think we've seen dark stuff, but I still don't think it's gotten darker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. Definitely in the Batman. I see what you're talking about. But yeah, I would hope to see it get darker. Yeah.
Yeah, and the choice of Clayface is so interesting because that's a villain that I've wanted to see adapted in live action for a long time. He scared the shit out of me as a kid. I'll be real, like, because he's a guy who is like took an experimental drug that he used it to like change his face, where it's basically like it's basically an accident happened to him, so he was trying to do like facial reconstruction type thing. So it worked, but then his body started breaking down. So it's full on like body horror, like him trying to keep his body together, one thing, but then when his body is constantly coming apart, his mind is also coming apart.
Oh, cool.
Where it's like,
yeah, I don't know much about Clayface.
Where it's like a psychological horror mixed with a body horror.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the plot line of Clayface is, but because he can also be anyone, like he can shapeshift and turn into anyone or like an inanimate object to hide. So and just like because he always in the animated series he had these bright yellow glowing eyes where you could always like tell that someone was him because of the eyes. So he always wear like sunglasses or something, and then that always freaked me out whenever you realize that the person that's right next to Batman or whatever is Clayface in disguise. So I think they could do it. I'm really excited for that. Also, Mike Flanagan wrote that movie. And he did Dr. Sleep and all the like. He did like House of what was it called, Haunting of Bly Manor, and all these like Netflix shows that are fucking amazing. So I was like, and they're all horror edged, you know. I was like, man, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
I hope this is gonna be great because this should be like a match made in heaven, you know.
Yeah, I just feel like it would be hard to get that down because you're probably gonna have to use a heavy amount of CG for that, and too much can ruin the character, and not enough can ruin the character. So I have no idea how they would do that to make it to where it wouldn't bother me.
And it also depends what version of Clayface they do, because
okay.
there's multiple different versions, and
the
one in the Batman the Animated Series was like the clay blob version that like
that's what I'm thinking
his whole body.
Yeah, his glob. Yeah.
But the original version, it was just his face that was like that.
Oh, okay,
where
cool.
he could.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that. That'd be smart.
Where he was like a serial killer that could change his face depending on to blend in with people. So like
That's totally doable with a lot of prosthetics.
Also the
take a lot of time.
Also, the Caped Crusader cartoon did that version of Clayface, and
cool.
did a really great version of Clayface. So, I have high hopes for that. Fingers crossed that we can get a great Batman spinoff that's not Joker. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like in canon with the new Batman, I think. So it's supposed to just like Batman's fantastical. Get over it. Like this,
we get it.
Like we just did a movie about a guy that's perpetually melting, trying to figure out who he is and like what he is, and trying to blend into society.
Yeah.
And like just, man, that's one of my most anticipated films of next year, because I was like, what the hell are they gonna do with this? Because that's so many crazy ideas that you can do, and I'm like, I like this. I don't know what it is, but I think I'll like it.
Yeah.
So I wholeheartedly want Batman to do some horror adjacent things and just do not necessarily a spin-off like Clayface, but I'm like, that's, you know what, the pitch for that's great. So I'm into that. But just experiment, just do new, different, crazy things with Batman, because you've done just about everything in the book and the comics. So it's like, why not be different?
Yeah.
Do your own take on it. And apparently, the Batman movie that they're planning on doing with Andy Muschietti, if it's still going through anyway, is Batman Brave and the Bold, which from the comic that they're like take as, you know, James Gunn's universe, they're like they take a comic book as inspiration, like a storyline as inspiration, and then just adapt it a little bit. That is the storyline with Damian Wayne, who is Batman's son, that he had with Talia al Ghul, Ra's daughter.
Yeah.
So he's like the grandson of Ra's al Ghul and the son of Batman. And in that storyline, I don't know if they're going to do it in live action, but there is something involving Deathstroke and Man-Bat that is absolutely nuts if they do that in live action. I'm like, two characters that have never quite gotten it in the movies. Like, they've been kind of on the edge of things here and there, but like, man, if you nail those two characters and do that storyline, maybe not beat for beat, but close, I'm like, oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. And it's going to be horror themed, because Man-Bat's terrifying.
Yeah.
Because I won't spoil what happens in the comic, but I'm just like, trust me, if they do that storyline, that's going to be insane.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be really cool. So, Grif, we've been talking for a while. Do you have any other thoughts? Any final things you want to say?
No.
Okay, so we beat the dead horse, you think? You think we're
I think so. Yeah.
Think we're good?
Yeah.
Okay, do you wanna sign out? You wanna shout out anything?
Yeah, so I got a whole show mention here. So you can catch me on YouTube at 88.8 WGRIF. Now that's all capital there. Where I talk about a little bit of everything. I've only got a few episodes up right now, but I'm working hard to bring more your way soon. If that sounds like your kind of thing, go and check it out. And that's all for me, ZBH.
Cool. He's a busy man, folks. He's trying to provide for his family, and he works a lot. So just be patient with him. He makes some good stuff. Yeah. So I mean, this October has been fucking insane for my channel.
Yeah.
I think I basically just said, can I do this? Can I do a weekly upload?
Yeah, it was funny because I saw you post a few, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna bookmark that, and I'll go back to it. And then four or five more things came out, and I was like, whoa, hey, it'll take me a minute to watch all these, okay? I was trying to keep up with you.
Yeah. But I was just like, I wanted to challenge myself. Like all year, I've been doing.
I get you.
Been trying to do at least 2 uploads a month. But this one, I'm like, it's Halloween. I got a lot of things I want to talk about.
I get you. Okay.
Let's just see if I can do 5, just to be insane.
Slam dunking that shit. Okay.
And I've got, Batman versus Dracula is kind of a crossover. I might be talking about some crossover stuff next month, so we'll have to wait and see what I'm talking about. But I've got a whole series maybe that I'm going to talk about on that, so stay tuned. Thanks for sticking out with us. This has been a long one, but
Yeah.
it's two things we really like: Batman and Dracula. We gotta give it their due, you know. But Grif, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for being reliable as always.
Yeah.
Everyone, thanks for watching. We appreciate you, and happy Halloween. We'll see you next year for either Batman Day or Halloween or whatever. We'll figure it out then. See you later.